right, so this next chart, next victim. I'm doing this as a series. Uh, well, you'll see it. Maybe you will. I don't know. So this one is for the question, where's my daughter's tablet? um, yeah, it's funny how it's all come up in one day. So it's almost like the placement of the planets are the same, but basically because they're switching, the houses change every 5 minutes. It shifts the whole process. So it still answers questions wherever they are, but the questions are all different. So that's a good thing, which makes it actually kind of fun because it's almost like I'm looking at one chart, but I'm not. But anyways, so this reading is for that question. Where's my daughter's tablet? These are for lost items. So this one's, I rarely get this one. Um, okay, here we go. So where's my daughter's tablet? So you are represented by Mercury here. Mercury is in the 10th house here, so it's in the sign of Aquarius. That doesn't really make a difference actually in horary astrology. Um, so you have it represented by Mercury here. And your question is, where's my daughter's tablet? So we would look at your daughter's possessions. We would look into what you call houses, housing of houses within houses. I forgot there's a term for it in astrology. So your daughter is represented by the fifth house. So we count from the fifth house to her possession, which would be the sixth house. So that would be her second house. So 5, 6. What is in the cusp of the sixth house? Virgo. Virgo is still ruled by Mercury. Now, that's kind of funny because, like, well, Mercury, Mercury. So what's that? What's that? So what happens in Ori is we look into the other thing, which is the moon, which is representative of, which represents the querent, sorry, the query itself. So the question. There is no there is no connection between moon and Mercury here. So you have to look at things elsewhere. So if this was somewhere where it's like we're talking about um let's see here. Is there a link between, let's see here, Mercury and also the moon? The third house would not be considered, technically not considered its possessions. Movable objects is usually the second house. Okay. Now, if it's more about reading materials, that can still work because that means we have the aspect between moon and Jupiter. So the moon here represents. Uh, oh, I didn't even show the chart. Whatever. I'm still gonna show it. Where is that chart here? Where are you? Here we go. Okay. I know it seems a little confusing for those who don't know astrology. That's fine. So here we go. We have here Mercury. There is an aspect between the moon and Jupiter here. It's in the third house. Third house represents the correspondence, communication. So this could be considered communication. Again, I could have asked more questions about this one, but this still answers the question. Um, so what happened is that we look into, oh, well, we go straight into the second house because, oh, that totally makes sense. I totally forgot about that. See, that's why it rarely gets done, so I don't remember. Okay, so the ruler of the second house is Mercury. So we just look into Mercury itself, right? So in, in, the interpret, in interpreting the chart of loss and what is lost and who lost it. Okay, that makes sense. Houses within houses. Okay. Ah, okay, that totally makes sense. Okay, well, so we just look into the ruler of the second house. Here we have the ruler of the cusp of the second house is in is Mercury right here. Okay, so we look into, let's see here. What did he say here? There we go. There we go. Okay, stable. All right. So because it's Mercury, okay, and Mercury is in Aquarius. So here's the several. There's a lot of possibilities here. Okay, so in the sign that it's in, it shows that it's in Aquarius. So that means it could be anywhere hilly, uneven ground, a vineyard. That's, I don't know if that's that common. Roofs, windows, lecture halls, airplanes. Now it's in the 10th house, so that means it's also somewhere probably in a hall somewhere. If it's uneven ground, somewhere where there's a hall or study hall maybe, dining room, public building, department store, or place of business. A parent or boss may know where it is. Okay? Has foundations, so floors, roofs, joists, says here, walls, structure in general. And the direction it takes would be south. Okay, so you have to look, meaning you look south. Or it's in the south, sorry, it's in the southern part of that area. Okay, you have to read back to what I said earlier. Video. So again, hilly, uneven ground, maybe vineyards, roofs, windows, lecture halls, airplanes, a hall somewhere, a study room or dining room, public building, department store, or place of business. And again, a parent or boss may know where it is. Uh, Foundation of a house, floors, roof joists, walls, and a structure in general. Now, because it's Mercury, it's the color that you might want to look for or keep note of is light blue or dove. Okay, and or sky blue. Now, it kind of makes sense there. Light blue, sky blue. It totally makes sense. Now, if there's any, are there compound stuff? Sorry. I don't think the compound colors apply here. I'm not sure. Check this one. Um, because we have Mercury tied to Uranus here, light blue plaids. There might be, because there's a link between Mercury and Uranus right here. If it's Uranus, Mercury to Saturn here, dark blue gray. Okay, I hope that helps. So again, look back into the video and what I said earlier. So I think that's about it. Um, yeah, I think that answers the question. That was kind of a simple one. Thank you very much. That's it.